Postal, like Postal.
Like Jew video.
Jew Video. This is Mike J and Vince Desi for Jew
Jew video.
Jew Video.
Okay, so in first, can you introduce yourself, introduce the company and the game?
Okay, I'm Vince Desi and this is Mike J. We're from Running with Scissors. We're the developers of the Postal brand, and you guys are about to see Postal 3 premiere on Xbox 360. First time ever Postal is on console.
So can you describe the game and the brand, the Postal?
Yeah, Postal 3 is obviously the third game in the series. We're coming to console, like Vince just said, and after Postal 2, where the Postal dude nuked his hometown of Catharsis, he's now in his hometown of Paradise. Now he's in Catharsis. My bad. And he has no job, so basically right now we're taking him into the employment agency, and he sees a job opening at the local porn shop. It's to clean the place up. So let's take that job. But first, it's obviously Postal, and I'm the Postal dude, so let's cause a little mayhem out here. Yeah, that's an HDR effect.
And this version you're looking at is about 30 days old. I mean, Postal 3 will be out sometime in '09.
And Postal 1 and 2, Postal 2 wasn't released in France. So are you mad about it? Are you what do you think about it?
I think it was fucked up. But that's only because, France gave us the Statue of Liberty. So I think the least we should do is give you the Postal babes and the Postal dude. The problem going on in Europe now, starting with Germany, is this whole obsession with violent content. And I think that's because, I don't know, how do you say, Germany's got this guilty conscience from World War II. And now your entire Europe is being overrun by third world people. I mean, to me, France should be for the French. Germany should be for the Germans. Polish for the Pole. That's just the way I am. I mean, America is the shithole, okay? All the shit comes to America. But I like France for the French. So that's just my personal opinion. What we think is going to happen, though, this time, very different. Postal 3 has more humor, more jokes in the dialogue, in the presentation. Right now he's using a machine gun. But did you switch over? Can you take a look at this? Here's our version of the chainsaw. It's the Badger saw. We have many new little things like this in Postal 3 because the whole Postal brand is based on making people laugh. One of the things I'm most proud of Postal is we can watch the game and it's funny. You don't have to just be waiting your turn to play it. I mean, I love that. Look at this. This is great.
Yeah, can you talk about new features like this?
Yeah, there's much more like this. We have monkeys in the game. There's Champ, the Postal dude's pet. He's in the game. We're going to have cats, of course. So the point I was trying to make is that Postal is very different than many shooters. You take the GTAs, the Manhunts, the Painkillers, games that they're very dominated by violence. You have to kill to win. You get rewards for killing. In Postal, if you are violent, it's harder to play. We do not reward you for what we consider violent behavior. So the idea is to more or less play through the game, be very adventurous, take your time, and just be more of a voyeur, if you will. We had many people, even from France, in writing me fan letters, telling me how one of the things they like about Postal is they can follow people and just watch them live their lives. There's something going on with your country. And now, the Postal dude, he's making his way over to the porn shop.
I'm finding my way over to the porn shop. Hold on.
And the pawn shop is just an experiment with a job. In other words, we found in Postal 2, many of the hardcore Postal fans did not experience 100% of the game, not even 50% of the game in many cases. So in Postal 3, we have a kind of built-in education, a tutorial, which is going to show the player, force the player to do linear missions.
Okay.
And in doing these linear missions, they're going to learn certain game mechanics. And then that way, when they're in the big open sandbox, they will have a much richer gameplay experience. So the idea is to give the person, basically the things that we did in Postal 2, we're trying to improve on them in Postal 3. That's the quick point. And right now what you're seeing is a very, very early version of the 360 version.
So the game is planned to release on 360 and PC?
360 and PC, and we're seriously considering PS3.
And what are the Wii?
Well, I'll tell you, personally, I would love the Wii, but I just don't know. I mean, I think the Wii's great. And in Postal, just imagine, if we made the Wii version of Postal 3, I would make the controller a weapon, and then you could go like this with it and be beating people. I would love it.
So why not?
Well, watch this. The Japanese love this. This is the pawn shop. They love, I don't know what kind of cable we're on but, and some of these games will be functional. Now, what he's got to do here, he's got his shop vac. Notice, and as he's picking up these jizz rags, okay, they go through the hose. Notice the hose, if you could see it in the lighting. When he picks something up, it feeds through the hose like a classic cartoon. And then also, you see the backpack, the more jizz rags he's picking up, it gets fatter and fatter and fatter. And then part of the mission is he's got to go over to this window. There's going to be an animation. It's not in here now. This is just to show you. He's got to now get rid of all the jizz into the fire pit. But obviously, what we're trying to teach you here is that the vac is not a weapon, because we don't really see devices as weapons. It's an instrument. So during the regular game, you could be using the vac to pick things up and shoot it at people.
Okay.
It's a nice, new, passionate, it's a compassionate Postal, like George Bush would say. It's a compassionate Postal. And here he is. Look, I mean, obviously, you take a little time in front of one of those shelves and go look at what we have here. Arms, fist, the basics.
Is it possible to have sex with a girl in the game?
No. We are about fun and humor. If you want sex with a girl, either call up a local escort. I got the number in my phone. Or you should just go rent porn. I don't have a problem with it, but see, look at this. We have blow-up dolls, look at that. Is that a blow-up lamb or a goat? I love it. Look at this. The idea really is fun. Postal has always been about having fun and it being funny. I mean, to me, those are the two dynamics. And in a lot of games today, especially your action shooters, it's always about violence. Violence, violence, violence. I'm tired of violence. It's boring. And I don't see anything positive about it. We want to make a contribution to society. We think the best way to do it is like Jerry Lewis. You like him, and if we should put Jerry Lewis in here so you guys could shoot him. Oh, look at that. He's knocking down that fat bitch.
Yes, but you can kill people in the game.
Well, you can, but it's really not the object. I mean, in the game, one thing unique about Postal 3, this time you can play as the good. We're calling it the good, the bad, and the insane. So if the Postal dude, for instance, he could get a job and join the police force. And in the game, he wears a police uniform. And he could be a good cop, okay, or a bad cop. It depends. Or he could play as an insane individual, which is more or less like a very violent person. And it's very difficult because the whole idea is we don't reward violence.
That's
Okay,
cool.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Postal 3. Postal 3.